Ooh,
super stunning.
This is like a surprising strength of the phone for me. We got our hands on one of the brand new 3A phones.
Oh my god, we can't show that yet.
What we can show you is the new camera system, and it's a beautiful day out in London today, so what better time to give it a test?
Just to keep it super fair, we'll be testing it against an iPhone 16 Pro Max. We'll shoot the exact same photos across both devices.
Do we pay for this?
We'll be testing the new camera system with its free 50 megapixel cameras, including the main camera, the Sony Periscope, and the front camera, plus an 8 megapixel ultra-wide lens. We're going to take you through a bunch of shooting modes, so we'll see how this camera holds up.
So the main camera on this phone has the largest full well capacity of any comparable sensor.
That's cool, but what does it actually mean?
It basically means that the camera is able to capture a wider range of brightness, so overexposed and underexposed conditions come out really nice. That's kind of the extent of what I know, so do you want to message Raymond?
Yeah, let's give Raymond a text, because I reckon he's probably got way more insight than we have.
Cool, I reckon let's get some architecture of the National Theatre.
Look at those angles though.
Is this what they call brutalist?
It do be.
It do be brutalist.
All right, let's see how both of these phones hold up in natural light. No adjustments, just point and shoot at the subject. What do you reckon?
There are some stylistic differences for sure.
The iPhone, it just looks a lot cooler, a lot more blue in the white balance. They both look pretty good. If we zoom in, that's a nice show of the dynamic range actually. Oh, hold on, Natalie. Raymond's replied.
Oh, amazing. What's he said?
He's actually sent a video, so let's have a quick watch party.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the new phone. So an important fact to understand before knowing what the full well capacity is to understand how the camera sensor works. So the camera sensor, or CMOS, is an electronic circuit that turns light into digital signals. And as each pixel on the CMOS absorbs different amount of light, the collective output of the CMOS will then inform an image. Each pixel in the CMOS actually has a limit to the amount of electrons they can hold. And if you go beyond that, while they're saturated, shooting something brighter will no longer make a difference in the digital signal. So this limit of the amount of electrons each pixel can hold, this is actually the full well capacity. And by increasing this limit by 300% compared to other sensors in the price category, we're able to get better depth of brightness levels, hence creating better HDR effects.
So this is a tunnel near Waterloo Station that is very famous for having a lot of graffiti. It actually smells of fresh paint in here, doesn't it? It's very dark, so I think this is a good place to test out how the cameras hold up in a low light condition. What are we thinking?
Well, the first thing I would say is that both phones, given the darkness, like they took the photo really quickly, which is nice not to have to deal with super long exposures. It looks pretty even in terms of saturation on both. So what do you think?
Holding up, comment down below, win a prize.
Win a trip to this alleyway.
Yeah.
Raymond's saying that we should try out the zoom as well.
Oh, is that the Periscope? I've heard a lot about that in the office. So, the new Nothing phone has a periscope lens, and that means that we can get capabilities such as a 3x optical zoom, 6x lossless zoom, and 60x ultra zoom. That's all amazing, and it's looking great, but how does it all work?
Well, I guess we're going to have to ask Raymond again, aren't we?
Yes.
A telephoto lens allows the scene to be projected onto the sensor with a longer focal length. The longer the focal length, the bigger the magnification. Traditional cameras, this works really well as the photographer can select between longer and shorter lenses to get the desired zoom level they want. However, smartphones, this presents a trade-off. Just how thick can we allow our phones to be in order to get the greatest amount of zoom? This trade-off can be solved with a rearrangement on internals of the camera module. By redirecting the light with a prism 90 degrees and shooting it at a sensor placed vertically, we have enough space to get the focal length for the desired magnification at a cost of a much lower Z-axis depth.
Natalie, let's have a look at the results. We'll start with the Leek Street sign. The thing I find really interesting is just the amount of detail in the shot. And then for the second image, I shot these light bulbs, and I think it's really nice because you can start to see that depth of field effect.
Okay.
Pretty exciting because we've never had any zoom capability like this on Nothing phones before.
Periscope, eh?
A whole lens for zoom. And actually, now think about it, why don't you give me the lens off of there, and then we can show everybody. Just imagine for a second having a lens like that on the back of your phone. I mean, it's exaggerated, but you get the idea. If you managed to pack that much zoom into a phone that thick, I think it's a pretty good achievement.
Well, I'm pretty hungry, not gonna lie. Do you think we should get some food?
Look at that. I know that most phones in this category have a 2 megapixel macro lens to capture close-ups, but with our phone, you can shoot up to 6x macro zoom shots thanks to the periscope lens.
This new Nothing phone image looks super stunning.
It's worth mentioning as well, we used the 5X on the iPhone and we used 6X on this one.
Something that we see a lot online on the community site is people using external macro lenses and clipping them onto their phone. You don't need it. If you're using the 6X zoom, you don't need it.
It's like having 2 lenses.
And now that makes me want to eat it. So I think we should head back to the office now, and I see some Line bikes, so this might be a good opportunity to cycle there and test out the 4K video stabilization. I heard it enhances video stability by over 200%, so should be good.
Let's have a race.
No. So Rob, it's about a 15-minute journey. You've got maps up. I'll be right behind you with the Nothing phone. Bye! Cool, I'm excited to go see those shots, but right now I need to just get inside. It's so cold out there. Welcome to the Nothing office, everybody.
All right, we're back.
Yes.
The warm. I think this was a brilliant test to see how the phones handle stabilizing footage. We shot at 4K 30 FPS on each phone. And just for reference, The iPhone can shoot at higher frame rates at this resolution, but to make it fair, we set them both to 30.
And what I'm seeing so far is that they both look super smooth.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough ride to say the least. And I think, as you say, it kind of is giving the vibe that it was shot on a gimbal, which is a really nice result. I remember Raymond saying something about adaptive stabilization as well. So I think the phone takes a look at your footage, makes an assessment as to whether or not it needs some help and does some work in the background. And I think we're definitely seeing the results of that.
So given that we've just spent the whole day with our new phone, what do you think?
I'm really impressed.